everyone, this is Alicia, and I am super excited to be here with the one and only Simon Grimm. Hello.
Fortunately, there are not two of me because I don't think you could handle that in the frame.
We probably could. All you gotta do is move a little bit back.
Do you have like the second lens thing? Like, because I could. For those of you who don't know, Alicia is so ahead of the game. That is actually a Droid phone. She does not have a iPhone like some sort of stupid, foolish person.
Do you also use a Samsung, or
I do not. I use an LG because when you travel a lot, battery life is an issue, and I hate carrying around the big, bulky backup batteries. And I had an iPhone at one point where I had to Frankenstein it. I had a 3-inch cable and a backup battery Velcroed to the back of it because the battery life was so bad. So I got a phone that specifically had a replaceable battery. That's the only thing I ask for. I'll be like, what has a replaceable battery? What has an SD port? Because I want to put movies or music or whatever on my phone. I don't want to have to worry about, oh, you've got 13 gigs, sorry.
Exactly why I went with Android and Samsung. I think it's so much more efficient than iPhone. Sorry, guys.
Exactly. And I saved this for this because your show's about music normally. But as you can hear, or maybe not because of legal reasons, Quiet Riot is playing right now, again, for like the 8th time. And apparently, an Englishman once told one of the members of his band, if I had a band, I'd call it Quite Right. So Quiet Riot was basically born off of the British pronunciation of Quite Right.
You want to know why I'm really happy this song is playing right now?
Because if it wasn't come on, oh, this is Twisted Sister, shit.
It is Twisted Sister. No, it's Quiet Riot. It's Quiet Riot.
Oh no, theirs is We're Not Gonna Take It, yeah. I get hit in the head for a living, so I forget things while we're doing them.
I don't get hit in the head for a living, but I just forget things once in a while.
You're Canadian, you're allowed to do that.
Eh?
You gave, my favorite one is it's really when you get the Teddy Hart.
Oh yeah.
When you just get that sound in your voice. Like you run out of breath right when you finish that word. I love a good Teddy Hart impression. I mean, he goes up there, gets 100% every time. More than 50 people, 500 people.
This is really good.
He's a crazy person.
Oh yeah.
And it's that fun feeling of, sane people aren't entertaining. And historically, every great artist has had some sort of severe problem. Drugs, alcohol, really insanity. I mean, David Bowie, didn't he get coked up once and throw up a Hitler salute, the Nazi salute?
I have no idea.
He was like 77, he was in Germany, he was all coked out of his mind. You can look this up. It's argued whether or not he did it or not. Like people are like, well, that wasn't what he did, or but it's like you extend your arm at a 45-degree angle with an open hand. It looks like certain things. You can say it's like you can be like, I was just waving hi to my friend. It's like, dude, you were wearing a brown shirt. I know you're really over the top and you do theatrics and stuff, but come on, man. There's like, you're in Germany. There's no time for that, but there's definitely worse places.
Well, the reason I was really happy this song, not this song now, but previously was playing is because you said I would not be able to get you to talk about music. I didn't even have to try.
No, you see, I'm if nothing else, much like Henry Rollins' big hit with Rollins' band, a liar. I am not a terrible liar, but when it comes to like what I'll talk about,
a decent one at that.
Well, inevitably, my candor gets the best of me. I will be like, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm like, let me tell you about this motherfucker. Because that's just how I am.
You have to tell me a little bit about the quick wit that you have, because I feel like anyone can come up to you and say something, and you already have a response that's going to make everybody laugh.
Well, I have a response. I don't know how many people makes laugh, but generally speaking, what it comes down to is I'm the stupidest person in my family, so I've had to keep up with very smart people. So that's just it. I'm actually not very witty. It's just comparatively, I'm used to working with guys who have equal amounts of head trauma that I do, and you're around enough of those guys that you know what I'm talking about.
100%. Yeah.
So it's a fun feeling where you're like, I'm not that. I'm really punching down. I guess what it comes down to is I'm the guy with the 103 IQ around a bunch of guys with 101. So it's like I'm the genius.
You stand out.
Yes, and not for the mustache anymore, which suffered a horrible death in I think Rhode Island or maybe Massachusetts. Worcester. We were in Worcester, Massachusetts. That's where it was.
And you have to tell me about that because I noticed people are still tweeting it your way. People are still chanting it. So tell me the backstory.
The backstory was I hadn't done the vaudevillain, old-timey strongman thing since I left WWE, but there were still people that believed I did that. To the point where on social media there were people who would still make comment or have commentary about what I was doing and the gimmick I was doing. They would apparently never see me wrestle, at least not in the last 2 years. At a certain point, I realized no matter how much I changed my look, as long as I kept the mustache, people were going to assume I was doing that. So I was wrestling Tim Thatcher, who who I've known Tim for years. I knew him when he first started wrestling back in California. And we're calling the match. About 5 minutes before we go out there, we're talking. And he's calling the match back to me, and I'm standing over a trash can shaving my mustache off. And I look up at him, and he goes, okay. Oh, shit, you shaved it off. Because he thought I was trimming it or something. He didn't realize I was just cutting the whole thing off.
It's gone.
And because I wear the mask when I enter, there was this moment where no one knew what was going on, and Wheeler Yuta, who's on comedy, said, "Oh, where does mustache go?" It was just an aesthetic change. I had it for since 2010.
That's a long time.
You know, I have no idea how great it is to sneeze and not worry that your mustache just caked with. No, it's the worst. Drinking coffee and it's just in it. There's a lot of stuff that I was so happy when I shaved it off. Though we stopped at a gas station, and I remember catching my reflection and being like, "Oh, who's that? Oh, it's me."
It's me. I'm glad you're enjoying your mustache-less life.
It is a great life. I'm here are we in Mississauga?
Mississauga.
Ontario. Home of the something, I don't know.
I don't even know.
They have an Nando's here, which is awesome.
Yeah, isn't it so good? Is that hard to find in America?
They're not in America.
At all.
They're in the UK, they're in Canada, and they're in Australia.
See, I know they're known for the UK, and when we first had one open here, people were stoked. I love it, but I can't go super spicy because I'm a wimp.
Oh, I mean, again, Canadians as a people are not known for their love of spice. You are the ones that did French fries and mayonnaise, probably, I don't know.
That's gross.
It is, but I only believe that based on an episode of Kids in the Hall, but I think they were supposed to be Dutch.
Dutch people do love that. Yeah.
90% of what I know about Canada comes from Kids in the Hall, with the other 10% being just Canadian horror films and action movies of the 80s.
So what percentage of that do you think is wrong?
I'm going to say 0, simply because if you want to tell Scott Thompson he doesn't know what's going on in Canada, you're free to, but I won't.
Well, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. You had such a stellar main event match here at Destiny and BlackCraft, so I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me, and we did talk a little bit about music, so there we go. We got that.
I knew it. I knew that you would.
Yes, but we didn't talk about
what?